Khan, Shalom, Shalom. This is Captain Kadash from D out of Zion. Right now we're in the Fort Myers area, the Lee County area, trying to build our people up. If it's in your spirit, we ask that you would send us a $7 cash out to help us build our school and to help us build up the nation of Israel in this area. I want to say Shalom, Hallelujah.
Shalom, Shalom. This is Captain Zamar. Hey, make sure y'all follow our Facebook at Lehigh Acres, and also make sure you follow our Instagram at the LOZLeeCounty. Hallelujah.
Shalom, Shalom, Mr. Elder. Make sure you read Acts 20 and 35, and remember to give generously, give generously. Shalom.
Shalom.
You know, when you guys were brought, when your ancestors were brought over on a slave trade, they knew nothing about God or Christ or Christianity. No. And they had their own religion, they had their own language, and the only reason they became Christians was at the whip of the slave master.
I agree with that part, but
the whip of the slave master.
do you understand that the people on those slave ships had Hebrew names? Are you aware of that?
No.
Are you aware that the Hebrews fled against the west coast of Africa, which is why Africans sold Africans into slavery? Are you aware of that at all?
I know that Africans sold Africans into slavery.
It wasn't so-called Africans that they sold. It was Africans selling Hebrews, because every African is not the same African. They have different tribes and nations in Africa. There's over 50 countries, 54 countries in Africa. So you know that there's division over there. Just because we're dark-skinned or light-skinned, it doesn't make us the same
Hutu
people.
and the Tutsis and all them.
You have Igbo people that live over there.
Right.
You have Ashanti people that lived in Africa. These are literal people that had a direct connection with God himself. They still carry the shawls and the fringes. They still pray in the Hebrew tongue. So when we talk about being descendants of slaves, the reason why you say we don't know anything about that is because you look at us now and it's like, these cannot be the people of God. They don't practice not one iota of this.
No, I don't say that. I said that when you guys were brought over, you know, you didn't even speak English. You know, you were on a slave, your ancestors, not you. Well, let me ask you, and the other people I see in purple, are they related with you? The same people? Okay. All right.
Who was the people that had us, that was using those whips to whip Christianity?
The white slave master.
The white slave master. Where are you from?
I'm from America.
You're like a Caucasian?
Yeah, white American.
Okay. So what do you think should happen to them?
Huh?
What do you think should happen to those slave owners that did that to us?
Well, they all dead.
What about the children that benefited from it? Because if you look at it, us being the children of slaves, we still suffer from slavery right now. When you look at, listen, I'll give you a perfect example. You ever been to a black neighborhood, like a black neighborhood?
Yeah, of course.
So is it in good condition or bad condition?
No, mostly bad.
Do you think that had anything to do with slavery at all? Up until this today?
Oh yeah, I think so. Slavery and apartheid, discrimination, all that Jim Crow, all that shit.
We know that white people still benefit from slavery. We know that black people still have derogatory things that happen to them for slavery. So if we're still suffering, what happens to the children of them?
It's very difficult because let me tell you, Obama, white mother, dad was from Kenya, never had anything to do with slavery. Did he ever get reparations?
No, he's not our people. Obama is not a Hebrew.
What happened to let's see what happened to the descendants of those people that put us in slavery.
I think if you can prove that you were descendants.
Let's read. We can't prove that.
If you can't, but let's see
not
you in particular, but anyone that can.
But let's see what's going to happen to the descendants of those people that put us into slavery.
God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
14 and 21, prepare slaughter for their children.
Oh, slaughter. 14 and 1, slaughter.
Yeah.
14 and 21, slaughter.
No, but you can find anything
about the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for who?
Prepare slaughter for his children. For the iniquity of their fathers.
So for the iniquity of the fathers, you got to pay the tab for it.
Yeah. Well, my ancestors, I'm born in the United States, but my ancestors are from Europe. So they had nothing to do with slavery. They came in like...
was definitely in Europe.
The Europeans, damn right.
Had one of the biggest
The Dutch, the French, the Polish were all slave masters.
That's why when you look at, I agree. When you look at some of the Europeans, these are the people that had direct contact with slavery. They benefit from slavery too.
No, but I'm saying my family never owned slaves. That's what I'm saying. I'm not, I don't have ancestors.
As a nation,
every white person I talk to, they tell me the same thing. So give me somebody who will admit that they own their people own slaves. I'll give you one.
Angela Davis. was brought. Yeah, she was brought up in the Mayflower.
That's fine. If they are indigenous to that land, they have also been taken advantage of by the European people, by other nation people. When you look in the hoods, it's us, it's black people and Hispanic people that have been done wrong. We have considered unjust things.
Can I ask a question just like out of the blue? Like, I know you're maybe not political or anything, but you like favor Biden or Trump?
I don't favor
You don't care about nothing.
You don't vote at all?
In the Bible, it says we cannot put a king that is not from our people above us, which is why we continue to be in slavery to this day.
So you wouldn't go for even Obama?
No, he's not our people.
Michelle Obama?
Obama's not our people. Michelle is.
Oh, Michelle is.
Michelle is our people, but Obama is not. And I can't even put Michelle because it tells us not to put a woman over us. As a man of a Hebrew nation, we cannot put women over us. You have to allow the men to do it.
So,
understand what I'm saying?
so let me ask you a question. Since you said the children of the slave masters, or you're saying that the slave masters are all dead, what do you think should happen to the children of the slave masters?
Well, if you can identify them, then maybe they should pay reparations.
Let's say we identify them. What should happen to them?
I guess reparations.
What type of reparations? There was bloodshed that was involved. So what is an equivalent reparation for that?
Do you think you should whip them too, or?
No, they died. We have the ground that we're standing on right now.
Genesis 9:6.
Our ancestors
Genesis
literally
9:6.
died shedding blood.
Yeah.
Whipping does not
shed
pay
his
back
blood.
bloodshed.
You think they should shed blood?
Yes, let's read the Bible. Watch this. Genesis
what-
9:6.
No, I believe it. But
No,
that's
let's read it though. Let's read it.
That is heavy. It's the book of Genesis.
Hold on, let's listen to this, right?
Whoso sheddeth man's blood,
Whoso sheddeth man's blood. This is Genesis. Keep going.
by man shall his blood be shed.
Now your blood got to be shed.
not mine.
What you sow, you shall reap.
Yeah, no, I know.
Your nation. Your nation of people.
I get it.
Right?
So you can understand where we're coming from.
I do.
What we're trying to do, our whole purpose is
And
to
I
raise up.
respect it because you obviously believe what you believe.
Absolutely. And we got to stand on that.
Yeah.
Well, remember that the children of the slaves back in the 1700s, they don't have any fault.
They don't have any what?
They are not at fault. The children of the owners of the plantation, they're the children.
They don't have any forms?
They are not at fault.
Oh, they're not at fault. But the thing is, the children, you mean that the...
Must be killed with the sword. So think about it. We've been led into slavery, and we never got a sorry. We never got an apology. They never said, "Here, let us try to fix the problem." So what do you think God feels about that? God in the Bible it says you're gonna reap what you sow. People think slavery is they just try to sweep it under the rug, like you didn't leave the children of slaves to be alive.
Remember 9/11.
Yes.
Remember everything else,
Remember
but don't
everything
remember
but what we went through as a
remember the
people.
hologram, but don't remember
Everybody
slavery.
believes
Forgive
in
and forget.
karma until you
Forgive
start
and
talking
forget
about
slavery.
what has happened to us. What we're telling you is that you're looking at the children of slaves, and we didn't forget about that.
Right.
You see how everybody's just going about their life? I'm thinking about my great-grandmother who was raped on the plantation. I'm thinking about my great-uncle that had to hang from that tree. I'm thinking about the guy in Tennessee that they literally made him dig his grave. He got in and they shot him and buried him.
right.
He had to dig his own grave. Who paid for that to this day? Nobody. But God did not forget about those things.
He had a question though. Asking the question, you said the children of the slaves,
No, the children of the plantation owners are not at fault.
but
They're not at fault?
that's why we just read they inherit the iniquity of their fathers. Lamentations 5 and 7. The sins of their fathers.
So they inherited the sins of the Bible says.
Yes, that's what it. Lamentations 5 and 7. Listen carefully to this. Watch this. Lamentations 5 and 7.
Sorry, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 7. Our fathers have sinned
See, the fathers of the slave masters, they sin. Keep going.
and are not.
They mean and are not means they're not here. But what?
And we have borne their iniquity.
But now you have borne those iniquities. You now took on those transgressions that they made. Now you got to pay that tithe. You see what I'm saying?
A lot of us grew up in conditions that we had no control over. We're dealt a hand. It's really for our own people. It's really for our own people. No disrespect, but it's really for. We gotta save it for our own people.
okay.
Because when Christ talked to the disciples, he said, "Don't go to a certain people." So it's the same
Was
thing.
Christ white?
Huh? No, he was definitely a dark-skinned man.
Yeah, because I know all the pictures of him like a hippie, like a surfer dude.
it's
That's
not-
all
that's-
bullshit.
yeah, that's
Oh, I
all
know
good.
there was nobody in the Middle East that was white.
Of course, you know that.
They were all dark skin, dark hair, and there one named John and Tom, and
The best thing you can help us do is when you see a black or Hispanic person, tell them that they're the children of God and that they have to keep the commandments.
Okay.
That's the best thing you can do for us.
All right.
All right?
Good luck, you guys.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right, man.
This is the Chief Minister Shalimar of the Light of Zion, welcoming all of you to the Lord's Passover, 21st of April, 2024. Don't miss it. LOZ to the Chariots, come and get me. See you there.